What's going on, our good people? Heather Hurt, Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World, back for another infamous trailer reaction. One of my favorite series that we got on Netflix was Squid Game, and we are finally getting a season 2. Very intrigued on what they're going to do with this new season. Let's get into the trailer. You ready, Heather? Sure. All right, here we go. Squid Game, season 2.
스마일.
이 자리에 오신 여러분을 진심으로 환영합니다. 여러분들은 매 게임이 끝날 때마다 투표를 통해 그때까지 적립된 상금을 가지고 이곳을 나가실 수 있습니다.
저건 뭐야?
무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다.
어라!
뭐야?
너한테 벌이 앉았어.
헐, 다 움직였어.
더 큰 상금을 위해 게임을 계속할지 아니면 여기서 중단할지는 전적으로 여러분 결정에 달려 있습니다.
지금 이러면 안 됩니다. 지금 당장 여기서 나가야 됩니다.
당신 뭐야?
여기 관계자야? 해봤어요! 이러다 정말 다 죽어요!
그런 놈이 여길 왜 다시 기어들어와? 한 판 더!
한 판 더!
All right. Oh, it's going to come out by the end of the year, December 26th. Wonder if they're dropping all the episodes. Does Netflix, did they drop all episodes at once with the first season?
They usually do. I do think that they have done some series where they do one at a time, but I believe for a majority of their shows, they do them all together.
Yeah.
Which is great because we're not sitting there too long. At the same time, it also doesn't bring you necessarily back over and over and over again. Well, like, I don't know about you. There are times where there's like dry spells on Netflix, and I will not open up that app for like 6 months, even though I'm paying for it, unfortunately. But I will say this before we get started. There is, just to bring it to light, there has been some very detailed information brought to light about basically every single main male cast member being a sexual abuser or assaulter from at least season 1. They haven't talked too much about season 2. Apparently it is in part due to just the culture that has been the over masculine I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. It's of kind of the reductiveness of women and their rights happening in Korea. So, and I don't want to say anything of a culture that I am not aware of. I just wanted to bring it to light because we are those types of people. We do not want to support those who have abused, those who have sexually assaulted. But supposedly part of this is because they can, and that is because of the culture that is there. And in many ways, that's here in the US. There's reasons that there were 26,000 women and children who had to go into police stations and tell people about gross people. Gross. Anyway, just so I haven't done much research. A lot of that information came out on the US side, like just this past weekend when the trailer dropped. We just want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
We just want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely look more into it, of course.
Yeah, because we don't co-sign any of that, and it's sad when that messes up entertainment that we've enjoyed. So personally speaking, I really enjoyed season 1 of Squid Game, and then the reality show that they had that kind of put people into that. You didn't see the reality show that they did?
I did not
play the game.
Talking about actual abuses that were proven. I did not want to watch that show. I did not want to give them any of my time. Reading about all of the terrible atrocities was plenty for me.
What? Oh, there was other. I don't know anything about that, so I missed.
So it was basically like many. So okay, we're going to break the fourth wall of reality shows here, guys.
Okay.
For most reality shows, there are paid for, celebrity based, beautifully based, like visually pretty based winners that are pre-selected and will survive certain tasks. Sometimes they'll be given slightly easier processes, or more obvious, they will be put onto the screen more frequently. So
reality shows are rigged. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what I'm saying is that most reality shows are rigged. The problem with the Squid Game reality show is apparently they weren't feeding the people that weren't the main cast. There were
I heard that after the fact. Yeah.
There was a lot of medical issues and concerns. People were not being thoroughly taken care of. Basically everything Mr. Beast has done, but like cut it in half. But it's one of those where I started reading about that, and I hate when something good is taken advantage of for money, and you can tell. We know that reality shows are fake. We know this. This is something that's very clear. It's on television. They don't really try and hide it too much.
Yeah.
But they did this as a clear cash grab, and I'm not okay with that.
Gotcha. No, and I'm with you. I didn't. You just kind of watching it, then you find out the aftermath after the fact, and you're like, yeah, fuck those people that produce. You know what I'm saying? So, but you've already watched it, and you can't. I cannot deny that I didn't enjoy what I saw that was presented as entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you find out the ugliness behind it, and you're like, that doesn't mean I support those people because I enjoy the show. No. But
that's just why I didn't. That's just why I didn't watch it.
Oh no, I got you. So. I got you. So you heard it before you got it. So, and I completely understand that. So yeah, but it became a cultural phenomenon. There's Funko Pops. There's everything. I know in my household, everybody loved it. They didn't watch the reality show like I watched the reality show. Actually, no, they did watch two because we were just such Squid Game fans in this, and I know we'll be excited to see this second season because of just the concept within the story and like why did that dude still come back? And that's kind of like where I'm really tripping and how I love that they mentioned it. Like, you came back into the game, you knew what was going on. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So I'm excited to see where this goes. I think there's a lot of other fans, but the ugliness of the reality in the real world and people, we ain't co-signing that. So they'll get their, I hope that they get their just due and punishment for what they've done, because that's just wrong. But storyline wise, I'm intrigued by this story. How about you? Did you enjoy Squid Game season 1?
So once again, the news about the actual show itself, not separating it from the real life, whatever. When I read that, I was genuinely disappointed because I absolutely loved Squid Games. K shows, J shows, they are very popular globally now, and it's really, you can see why. The talent, the quality, it's so much fun. And I love Squid Games. It was a great movie or a great show, and you can see it in the fact that multiple countries are trying to recreate the actual show, including the US. So I'm really excited. I want to, but I do want to do more research because I cannot support, no matter if your culture perpetuates it, I personally cannot support that. So
I feel that.
And I'm actually devastated. Like I'm really devastated. So
yeah. Ugh. I hate that. It just tarnishes the things that we love. It's like hard to go back, and when you have such fond memories of certain things, and you find out this and that about it, life is terrible. Sometimes the world is ugly. Stop being ugly, people. Stop being ugly. All right, but there you go. Those are our vibes, and probably a little bit more than you expected. But Squid Game season 2, Netflix. We hope the ugly isn't all throughout that, but I'm curious and intrigued of what is going to go down in season 2. But Heather Hurt, Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. Those are our vibes. Let us know what your vibe is in the comments below.